What's going on, you chicken strips? This is Linux MLG, and I'm here on Black Ops 2 as usual. And this is a special game, though. We had a best of 3 series a couple weeks ago, I think, in 360 Icons tournament. And I'm super pissed because, well, first we lost our hard point. Second, we had a CTF, and we were down 4-0 with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second round, and we ended up capping 4 flags, and then we went to overtime. I think we capped one in like a minute 30, and we ended up actually winning. So now this is the but it didn't record, so I couldn't show it, and I'm really mad about that. But I'm gonna try and find it so I can put it up. And this is the third game, though. This is the search, and it's really intense. It goes all the way down to a 5-5, and you'll see from there who wins. But this commentary is going to be post-MLG Anaheim 2013. As all of you know, or at least most of you should know, from June 28th, June 30th, this past Friday, Saturday, Sunday, was MLG Anaheim. And I gotta say, I am extremely surprised at a lot of teams. It was a great turnout. Esports Nation did a great job providing updates and everything, so shout outs to them. The only thing I was kind of mad about was that Saturday I had a few things going on, and then Sunday I had a baseball game, and so Saturday I had to go to my cousin's for like a graduation party, and I couldn't, like, they didn't allow you to watch it on your iPhone or anything with like the Twitch app, which I was really upset about. Because of that, I missed the Epsilon versus Impact. And that match I really wanted to see, and of course it ended up being one of the best matches of the tournament. And so I was really frustrated on that. I'm gonna try and go back and find it so I could watch it, as well as Championship Sunday. Unfortunately, I had a game right as like when finals was about to start, so I missed that. But I do know that Complexity did take it. I did watch the Complexity versus Impact, their first series together, when Complexity smacked them, and boy was I was the happiest little fella ever. I'm gonna tell you that much. But yeah, you could just completely tell that Complexity was playing on a whole nother level. They were ready for Impact. It almost seems as if they practiced for Impact, and that's it. How much they wanted to beat them. And I mean, honestly, I can't tell you if they were more happy beating Impact or winning the whole thing, to be completely honest. But yeah, so they came out and won. If you don't know, I'm sorry, I should have told you it was a spoiler, whatever. But you should know if you're watching this anyways. But I'll go through some placings with some teams, talk about what I thought, if it was kind of out of the ordinary that they did better, and things of that nature. So, first place we got Complexity, of course. Second, Impact, of course. Third was Optic Gaming. Now, I know to all you Optic fanboys out there, you're gonna say, "Oh, I knew they were gonna be you." I mean, you probably would have said they were number one, to be honest. But to all you Optic fan realists out there like me, who are realistic about things, you did not nearly expect them to come out this big. If anything, a fifth place maybe was like the highest you could probably pick them to go. But it was actually really crazy. Nade Shot, and wow, Nade Shot came out to play, especially the first day. Man, he made some really clutch plays. The Friday he came out clutch against Evil. Saturday he didn't do so well, but I mean no one really did. Scump didn't, and the whole team didn't. And then Sunday, Championship Sunday, Nade Shot came out again, going really big. Um, I knew when they played Impact the second time, being down 3-0, they were more than likely not going to be able to come back on them. Um, and to be honest, Optic isn't a super strong team. I'm sorry to anyone that disagrees with me. If you're gonna dislike because of my opinion, whatever, go ahead. And before actually I continue, if there's times where like I'm not moving or anything in this game, I just kept those parts in for the fact that there's a lot to talk about, so I might not even get through all of it in this video. But anyways, so saying Optic isn't the strongest team, me, obviously they're not a bad team. Obviously they're not a bad team. But I'm not going to say who, but there are two players on the team that I think should stay and are good enough. And then I think there's another two players on the team that really I'm sure there's a lot of better people out there that'd be willing to join Optic for them. If you're looking from a standpoint where you want to win a championship, if you're just, obviously everyone in the fan base loves the Optic team now, and I like them all. I mean, just I'm talking skill-wise. But if you want to win championships, then I say you got to switch a couple of players. If you're good with, placing third through eighth, or third through whatever, then keep your team how it is, and that's how it's going to be. But I'm not saying they're never going to win. I mean, Black Ops 2 obviously is not going to be their game where they're going to win a bunch, and I highly doubt seeing them come out first. Maybe next they might be a little stronger because they have the Optic House team for longer now, but we'll see how it pans out. Wow, okay, so they were third. Fourth, we had Curse. That was big, big. Curse coming out fourth is ridiculous. I don't think anyone expected that. Um, you know, Complex on that team, you gotta look out for him. Curse Complex. He went absolutely off on Hardpoint. I don't know what his gameplay was. I really don't know how he played. He just ran around, killed. That's what he did. He ran around, killed. If the hardpoint was near him, he got the hardpoint. He is a dominant HP player. And so I don't know if he's been on that team or they picked him up, but if they just picked him up, great pickup. If he's been on the team, keep him on the team. Fifth, sixth, FaZe and Unite. FaZe, people did not think that they were going to do as good. I knew from watching them scrim they were going to do better. And I know scrims are not games. Obviously, scrims are not the tournament games. You don't get as hyped. I realize that. But that's every team. So if every team is playing on the same level as each team, whether it's like the highest level is 10 and in scrims they play 7, then the other team is the same way. Because in your mind you're trying to win, but I understand that you don't get as hyped, and you might get a little more mad, but online Call of Duty is pretty ridiculous. But so they're playing at the same level still, and FaZe was winning their games and everything, and they started to stop scrimming, and that could have been why they only got 5th, but that's a really good spot for them. Unite, I expected them to do top 8. They came out, placed 5th, 6th. That's good. I expected them to do so. They weren't playing on main stage a lot. They didn't play Impact on main stage. I didn't understand why that happened. I think the only team that they played on main stage, it was the first game against Prime Example, and they did really good. Fizzer, of course, he didn't do the greatest, but from what I heard, he actually stepped it up the whole tournament, and he was doing really good, so that's good. 7th, 8th, VVV, and 7th, 8th, Icons Conquer. Now, both of these were kind of, strange. VVV, we expected to be top 4, most people, and Conquer, no one ever predicted them to be anywhere near top 8. And so, congratulations to Conquer, VVV, step it up for the next tournament. I would suggest keeping your roster. You have a solid roster. You're not gonna be number 1. I'm gonna say that straight out right now. I'm being honest. If VVV ever watches this, prove me wrong. Yeah, but in my eyes, you're not gonna be number 1 in this game. That's just how it looks. You guys scrimmed more than almost anyone out of all the pro teams, and you guys still end up placing top 8th. And I'm not like bashing you or anything. That's just how it is. You have to come to realize that you might not win first. So you gotta put your high hopes on like top 3 every time. So next, Team Envious 9-12. No, Team Envious and Evil 9-12. No one expected this. I expected Evil to be top 8. I expected Envious to be first, if you remember from my predictions. To get I don't know what it is. It was probably a morale thing when Optic beat them 3-0, or no, 3-1. That probably brought them down a lot. Including the fact that their CTF game that they usually have on lockdown, they got they got like killed. I don't know if they got killed. I don't remember, but they got beat, and their morale was probably down because they only won the S&D. And so they went on to play Conquer, and Conquer 3-0'd them. I don't know how Conquer 3-0'd them. It has to be a morale thing, a fatigue thing. Something happened. Proofy maybe got a little too tipsy last night or something. But uh, honestly, I don't know what could have happened there. Envious, I really expected you to be number one, if anything, top three for sure. And that actually really surprised me. So Quantic Gaming got 13 to 16th. You know, I didn't expect them to do amazing. I feel Assassin could be on a lot better team that happened. But anyways, moving on to the EU teams real quick. While this is kind of wrapping up, it's getting close. Um, Prophecy and Epsilon both play 17 to 24th. As always, from what I heard, Madcap went off. Madcap is a straight beast. He's probably one of the best players in the world. Uh, and as far as you know, there's Gunshi and Swanee on Prophecy. Um, you know, they're all gonna do their thing, and they play 17th, 24th. I expected Epsilon to do a lot better. Prophecy, you know, I expected them to do better than 17th, 24th, maybe 13th through 16th. But not much different. But, you know, both are really solid teams. If they both were NA teams, they're definitely one of the best teams in the world. I mean, it doesn't matter where they are, they're one of the best teams in the world. But if they came to the NA, they'd be one of the best teams in the NA. Um, so really good game. Shout outs to them, and for big shout outs to Benson at Benson EU. Go follow that guy, man. He is my favorite commentator I think I've ever seen for any sport, anything. Like just the way he is just makes you more into the game. You love watching him as he commentates, broadcasts, whatever you want to say, all these events. And honestly, I wish he came to the NA to every single event just to broadcast it because this guy is fantastic. I mean, I don't know what it is. He seems like a great guy too. But anyways, we're wrapping up here, 5-5. Now it's a 1v1 situation. We don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. So I mean, I know it wasn't the greatest game. I finished. Oh, I'm gonna wait to tell you what I finished. Because if you like count the kills, I don't know, but I finished 9-8, and so it wasn't the greatest, but I wanted to show it, and I wanted to get this commentary off, and I hope you guys liked it, and if you didn't,